The Type 71 in Update 9.7 rightfully got nerfed. What I didn't expect to see was a Chisei buff. The Chisei is by far one of the strongest tier 8s in the game, and the mobility didn't really get changed on the vehicle. It was only the Type 71 where it really got hurt, and judging that I don't run the mobility module on my Chisei to begin with, the tank's not losing any mobility from last update to this update. However, what is getting better is the gun. This vehicle now has 2,510 damage per minute, making this one of the deadliest guns in Tier 8. It's got really good penetration, and the fact that it's got such ridiculous armor and haul down capabilities, I think makes this probably the best Tier 8 tech tree in the game, and up in the ranks with some of the best premiums at Tier 8 as well. I really do think that this is gonna be a very, very powerful vehicle. So here we are, our first battle, and we are up against a Centurion, a Chimera, and that's about it for mobility. But you'll notice here that the Chisei doesn't really seem affected by any of the changes to the Type 71's mobility, because as I said, it didn't really get affected. It was just the mobility module, which doesn't affect this vehicle, because I've always run the gun depression, which you can see right here. So yeah, the Chisei feels great on mobility still. It's not the fastest tank, but it's definitely not nearly as slow as the Type 71 currently. It appears that, oh, what the heck is that? No, 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 I'm backing up, okay. We should be fine. I don't think the Emil can even pen me with its premium, but there you go, nice shot into the T-2065. I'm gonna keep on backing up right now. Alright, we're good for now, we're chilling. It looks like the Hori on their team has already been killed, which is great news. The M5O is pushing up, and that shell went literally nowhere. Now, the M5O is a very, very nasty vehicle with the gun it carries and just the alpha it has, but as you'll notice, we've already gotten a couple bounces from him, and we've done pretty good. We've done 1,000 damage holding against Tier 9 heavies, so I really can't complain. This is just where the Chisei does such a darn good job at specifically being a heavy tank. So we're going to aim it on the Yo again, and let's try and, well, I would say hatch him, but if he's going to turn his turret to the side, I'll just get a very easy pen into his turret for 300. I'll take it. Let's see, we got the Yo still showing me the side of his turret, and, that shell just grazed him by a little hair. Alright, well, the Yo is not much of a threat. He's got 5 health, so I'm going to ignore the Yo and push off towards the side of these guys over here, the Emil and Chimera. Now with the gun depression module, I can very easily just work this ridgeline hull down, and these guys are going to have a very, very tricky time. You can see it has really good pen, by the way. We got hatched by that Emil. I'm actually quite surprised, but you can see the pen is really good on this vehicle. The fact that it can just butter through an Emil 1 turret like nothing. Chimera's right here. Let's get a big ol' slap into him, and with that, all that is left is the Emil 1 already. This is just a great example of how quick you can pick up a battle with the Chisei. Now that shot there, I could have aimed a little bit better, but overall, still a 2,200 damage victory, and a pretty easy one at that. Not only were we able to hold off the enemy tier 9s, not only were we able to basically just push right through without carrying, but a very easy win, and 1,440 blocked in our tier 8 heavy tank. The Chisei's armor is really, really good, is really the best way to describe it. The upper plate is completely red unless you have 300 plus millimeters of pen, making this one of the strongest tier 8 hulls in the game. When you add that into the fact that this vehicle's turret is about 260 millimeters thick if you're running enhanced armor, and if you play this tank hull down, it gets up to about 280. Yeah, I mean, the Chisei is a ridiculously hard vehicle to pen. Sure, tier 9s like the 7.52 will butter through it, but the 7.52 is going to butter through every tier 8. Even a 2.52's upper plate can be penned by Cali with a 7.52. So that really doesn't surprise me all too much. Here we are. Second battle, K91, Object 7.52, and a Vickers CR. Not the biggest threats, but definitely something I'll have to keep an eye out for. Which way is our team going to go? I don't really care. I'm going over towards A side to help out my mediums because I do have the gun depression, and I should be able to get there in a fairly decent chunk of time. Now, the one thing I will say about the Chisei is it doesn't have a crazy amount of hit points. Like the Emil one, we can see has 2,013. You don't get that with this vehicle. I've only got 1,800. So the hit points, yeah, it's a bit lower. But because you've got so much armor, I really think it doesn't matter all too much because you can just bounce so many shells. Now, I am running enhanced armor, I should point out, not improved assembly, so I'd have about 1,900 hit points in total if I was running this vehicle with the hit point buff. Looks like our standard B got a nice shell into that Vickers. Ooh, 2 nice shells. Good job, standard, getting those farms out. Ooh, boy, that Vickers must not know how to play his tank, because dude has bled about 2/3 of his health in the first couple seconds just from the standard B. And by the way, the standard B is an auto reloader, so wow, congrats. I don't know how you managed to die that quickly in a Vickers CR, because that is by far one of the best tier 9s in the game. But he did it. He done dead. All right, well, we got the Gag Tiger 8.8 off to the side. Very easy penetration into his lower plate. We got a nice bounce from the Semovente, and we're just going to chill right here. Let's go for another pendant to the lower plate of the Gag Tiger. Thank you. And another 3 seconds. We'll have another shell for the Semovente. Although I might just be able to pen that Gag Tiger again. Oh, man. This is great. Well, we've already managed to farm about 900 damage just in this short amount of firing. Because, again, this tank's DPM is absolutely fantastic. So, let's make our way over towards the Semovente. Get a nice tracking shell into his vehicle. And even if he does pen me, it really doesn't matter all too much, as he's dead and we still got plenty of health left. Got the Gag Tiger all the way over here, who we're just going to bonk in the upper plate for 280. And, wow, their team's dead already. This is probably one of the fastest victories I've seen in a while. It's been 2 minutes, and I can say that their team lost in about the first minute. That is actually insane. I'm going to do another battle after this. Normally, I don't do a triple helping of gameplay, but when an enemy team dies this dang fast, there's really not much to go over at all. So, yeah. Let's get to the side of the 752. Get a nice pen in. 335. Thank you. And, well, there you have it. I can definitely tell you this. If I was on the enemy team, I don't think it would have mattered how skilled of a player I am. This would have been a loss either way if I was on the enemy team. They lost basically both sides of the map. I don't even know how that's possible, but they literally lost heavy side and medium side all at once. All right, well, I don't think we're going to get any more damage out, but we did okay. I think we did about 1,700 damage. We were able to use that good DPM and get a bit of a farm out on the 2 tank destroyers. But apart from that, that was really about all the damage we did. Yeah, 1,787 damage. Not actually a huge chunk different than the game before, but I guess that does make sense, because the game before as well, our team basically steamrolled on the side, and all I did was distract that Yo and a Mill for just enough time that our team is able to deal with the other tanks with no problem whatsoever. So, one more game. Here we are. This time we are top of the tree, and let's see how it works out. I actually really like this Battle Pass camo on this vehicle. I think this is the boss mode camo. Normally, I don't like Battle Pass camos. I think the majority of them are... Sorry, I've not had a cup of water in about 30-40 minutes, and I just recorded my previous video on the 113, which will be up by the time you're watching this. But yeah, so my voice is like, oh! But let's see what we can do here. I'm obviously going to go towards C side, and I think that shark wanted to go towards A, and then he saw, oh look, my whole team is going towards C. Maybe I should go over here as well. Alright, well, I am Speeb. Not much Speeb, only going about 20-30 kilometers per hour, but once you get this thing in a straight line, it starts to pick up a bit of speed. Got the SU-130 PM just kind of sitting in the open. Did he just hit that? There's no way that SU-130 just hit that, right? I must be bugging. That shell looked a little insane. Alright, well, we got the Skoda 53 TP over here, and we also got the Action 10 off to the side. Let's go for a bonk into the action. There you go. I don't want to be penned by that guy, but I guess we're going to be penned anyway right in the turret cheek. Alright, well, bit of a tricky situation we're stuck in here. We got a lot of vehicles, and my LTTB is in a really awful situation. I'm not sure why he put himself here. We got the 53 TP off to the side, and ow, that Chieftain is just annoying me. Holy. I did not think that Chieftain was going to be that big of a pain in my butt, but I guess he is. Now, that's my fault, because I'm turning my turret and showing my weak side to him. If I get hauled down about here, well. This is the only problem with tanks like this, is that when you have a strong turret, it's only strong towards one opponent you're looking at, which means a vehicle like this Chieftain can still deal with me. Wow. Okay, and then we get hatched. Oh, man. Well, I guess it doesn't matter how good you are at this game. You still get crapped on either way. Well, we got a bounce from the G-Sor once, and we were able to finish him off. Nice. We blocked 1,650 damage, to be fair. I have bled a lot of my health, but we have done a lot of damage as well. So I can't really get all too mad. We've definitely distracted a decent chunk for our team. And let's aim it on you. Unfortunately, a ricocheted. I got a little bit more time before I can get my my loader back, and then we might be able to get a bit more damage out. But we are still alive, and that's really the most important part about this whole debacle here. So let's just see if we can stay alive. Let's see if we can hold off the enemy. All right. Tiger 2, yeah, my team's not doing too healthy right now, but the Skoda did finally fire, which means I can finally get towards the side of the Action 10, maybe get a nice bonk in. Nope. I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want to put myself in a compromising situation and get myself killed here, but I also want to get some farms out, so yeah, there you go. Nice 303 tap into the Action 10. Let's back on up, and now all I have to do is load a high explosive shell. Come here, Action 10. A bonk. There you go. Well, would you look at that? Even though I definitely will admit I kind of played this a bit poor in the earlier stages, we definitely also brought it back. The Chisei turret is very good when you're looking directly at it. Unfortunately for me, in this battle, there was just so many tanks off to my side that were not looking at the turret directly on that we didn't really get any bounces in that direction. But even with that, we still brought it back here. There you go. Nice bounce from the WZ-131, and oh, well, we might die. No, we didn't. But we did over 2,000 damage, and we lived, and came out with a victory, and blocked over 1,850 damage. I really like the Chisei. I definitely could have played it a bit smarter that battle. I was trying to take on too many tanks at once, which, well, doesn't work very well. But hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I did not bad actually, 1865 block, 2,100 L. I thought I did a bit worse than that, but yeah, not too bad. Definitely helped our team win that, especially on how much I bled. But yeah, I hope all of you enjoyed that, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.